Hey guys! So today we decided to take a little road trip on the Dingle Peninsula, which is, I'll show you a map of it right here so you can see kind of what we did today. So most of today was just driving, but we did stop a few times to do some hikes and just walking around. So our first stop was in Dingle, which is a little touristy coastal town in the Dingle Peninsula. It didn't really surprise me too much. It was a cool little town and we got some cool photos and saw some cool colors of buildings, but it wasn't anything too different than what we've seen so far as like Irish towns go. And then after that we decided to just move on. We got some crepes while we were there. No, they're not vegan, but we kind of just dropped that whole thing for this trip because we wanted to experience what we wanted and just like fully be here. After we visited Dingle, we decided to keep driving south, or it's west, but on the south part of the peninsula, and we just kept going and we found this awesome point. It was either called Slea Head or Dunmore Head, and it was like a point that went out, it like jutted out, and there's all these islands scattered out in the ocean. So we stopped there, and I guess some of Star Wars The Last Jedi was filmed in this location, so it was cool to see that and to like imagine being in the Star Wars movie set there. So we were there for a couple of hours just walking around this little head and exploring and walking out on rocks. It's pretty fun. Oh yeah, the first stop that we actually made was at this place called Inch, and I guess Inch in Gaelic means beach. So this little town called Beach, we stopped, and the beach is 4 miles long. We didn't go 4 miles, we just like went a little bit and took some photos. We collected some seashells, and I didn't, but Austin jumped off some of the sand dunes because we used to do that when we lived on the Oregon coast. So after we went to Dunmore Head, we just continued our drive around the peninsula, and the drive went into a clockwise circle back to Dingle. So at the end of the peninsula were these really tiny villages, and all of the signs were in Gaelic, and we couldn't read any of them, but we just kept following the Wild Atlantic Way sign, which is a blue rectangle with like chevrons in it. We didn't stop anywhere, we just continued on because we had a place to stay in Limerick, which was a few hours away. So we just kept driving, went back to Dingle, and then we took the Wild Atlantic Way north, and we kept going until we got to this town called Tralee, spelled T-R-A-L-E-E. And basically we wanted to get some beer here, so we decided to keep following the Wild Atlantic Way a little bit, and we ended up going in this little inlet, other really small peninsula called, I have to look it up, the town is called Fennet that we went to. And there was this little tiny place called West End Bar and Restaurant. So we just went in there and got a couple of beers. Austin got a Guinness and I got a Stranford beer. I think that's what it was called. But we just chilled and looked at the mountains and the ocean for a little bit, and then we continued on to Limerick, which was 2 hours from that point. And that's where we are right now. We decided to get an Airbnb for tonight just to stay the night, and we can make dinner here, we can make coffee in the morning. So it's a really nice stopping ground because tomorrow we're planning on going on more of the Wild Atlantic Way, and it's probably going to be another driving day like today. We kind of underestimated this part of the trip. We did a lot in the last week, just in the south and in the east, but we pretty much needed like a whole week for this whole coastline. But we're okay with doing it in 3 days. So
we're seeing the highlights.
Yeah, we're just seeing the highlights. We're seeing the points that we wanted to see, the points that we mapped out on our little itinerary that we made before we came here. We're just cooking some vegetables and doing some laundry while we're here, and then tomorrow we're probably going to wake up whenever we feel like it and then leave and be on our way. So anyway, thank you guys for watching today, and I will catch up with you tomorrow.